and which come up, and which upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell.
Right, out of the bottoms of inevitable hell. All right, see that? Meaning that was a torment that the Most High had on them. Now, did the Egyptians go into the underworld and they was burnt by Hades? Okay, or was he burnt by Satan, or burnt by Pluto, or burnt by the devil with a pitchfork? But yet the Lord said the judgments came out from the bottoms of inevitable hell. In other words, it was inevitable that they will receive hell, which represent that torment that the Most High gave them. Like the old saying goes, put hell on them. Okay, yeah, that's what happened to the Egyptians, and that's what's going to happen to the rich man. That's what happened to, okay, Esau, mainly in the kingdom. We're going to put hell on him. Okay, he's going to be in hell. Okay, which is our salvation. Read. Verse 15.
Were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions.
Read.
And partly fainted.
Right, this is how Esau is going to be in the kingdom, man. He's going to be having all types of visions of monsters coming to kill him. But no, it's just going to be us. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be partly fainted because he's going to... How many... Can I get a break, master? No. He's going to be fainting? No, because we work like 12, 16 hours at his jobs. Okay, now he's going to be working, continuing employment like Ezekiel said. Okay, in our kingdom, he's going to faint. Right?
Yeah, heart failing them for a sudden fear.
Right, their heart going to be failing them. I mean, they're going to have heart attacks. We won't give a damn. An old-ass cracker man's going out in the field. That's it. The Lord said they didn't regard the age of our people, so why should we regard their age? Okay? Their men going to be dying of heart attacks in our kingdom. Right?
And look, for come upon them. So then, whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars.
Right. That's a judgment that we're going to have put upon them. Their prison is going to be without iron bars. Meaning it's not going to be like in Esau's prison when the white man get mad at us, he locks us up. No. He can't escape this. All right. There's not going to be any solitary confinement from him. It's going to be wherever he goes. He goes to the bathroom. He goes get food. It's going to be inevitable hell. Okay, it's going to be all around him. He's not going to be in any form of confinement. It's going to be his life, and it's going to be all around him. Read.
For whether he were husbandman.
Right, because we're going to have these crackers farm our grounds. Whether he be a husbandman, read.
Or a shepherd.
Or whether he till our flocks, read.
Or a laborer in the field.
Or whether he be a laborer in the field picking our cotton, read.
Be overtaken and endure that necessity.
He will be overtaken and he will endure that necessity, read.
Which could not be avoided.
Right. It's not going to be avoided, man. This is the same judgment like what the Lord did to the Egyptians, like what's going to happen in the kingdom on these crackers. All right. He's not, that's his hell. That's his torment. Like when we Luke 16. That's the hell and the torment that the rich man is going to want mercy from Lazarus. He's asking Father Abraham to have mercy upon him. Okay, because Esau, the white race, is not going to be able to take it. That's why we read the scripture in Revelation 6. It tells you that they would rather have the rocks fall on them and die rather to be our slaves. Because a white man would rather die than to be a slave to us. He rather, like one of the white women said to me, before she had my old Sword Cut Sharpie channel put down, she said that she would rather put a bullet in her head. She would rather be hanged from a noose. She would rather kill herself, choke herself, rather than to have a nigga touch her. All right, so she's going to be, if she plays part, which I believe her, she's going to be one of those Edomite women we're going to put to death and torture. All right, that's it. All right, because unsubmit, like the scripture says, the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee will perish. Read.
For they were all bound with one chain of darkness.
Right, they're all going to be bound in one. It doesn't matter what employment we have you for, whether you be our concubine, okay, your women, or whether you be a person in the field, whether you be a farmer, whatever your labor is, your shepherd, you're tilling our damn, you dealing with our flock. The Lord said there's no escapement of this torment and judgment we're going to put upon you. Right?
Whether it were a whistling wind or melodious.
So that's it on that. So that's the judgment right there, man. So let's go back to Luke 16:23.
And in hell he lift up his eyes, being the torments, and see Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Right, meaning that we want to be in our kingdom. And the Abraham is actually speaking about Abraham. And he's called Father Abraham because he's the father of many nations, like the scripture said. So Abraham is going to be witnessing this, like we just read in Matthew 8. All right, they're going to be witnessing Abraham, Salah. Yeah, I need a new apocrypha. All right. Abraham is going to be witnessing this. Okay. And basically, the Gentiles are going to be begging for mercy. And in the parable, when it came to the Pharisees, they too will be begging for mercy concerning this. All right. Which was another point Christ was making concerning the Pharisees begging for mercy. Because the fact of the matter is that the great gulf that's fixed represents. Matter of fact, read verse 25. I'm just going to give the breakdown without the scripture since we're closing out.
But Abraham said, son.
Right. Actually, read verse 24. If you want the scriptures of the breakdown from verses 24 to 30, then email me. All right, because we go back and forth the precepts. It'll be another hour. I got plenty of scriptures from Spirit of Most High while you're Habashah. Read verse 24.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham.
Right, so Father Abraham represents actual Abraham because the Lord said he was a father of many nations. Read.
Have mercy on me.
Right, they're going to cry, have mercy on me. So when you get the understanding, all right, what I brought out earlier was a fact of the matter is that the rich man can also represent the Pharisees of this time. Christ is saying something slick about them. Because remember, when you read St. John's 8th chapter, Christ had an all-out argument cutting and dealing with the Pharisees. And the Pharisees thought that they was guaranteed a seat in the kingdom because Abraham was their father. You understand? So when you get the understanding, we read St. John's 8th chapter, you can read that on your own. The Pharisees always looked upon Abraham as their father. They said, we be the children of Abraham, Abraham be my father. So Christ said, well, if Abraham is your father, Abraham spoke of me, why you didn't believe me? Okay, why you don't believe the words I say? Why you oppressing me? Okay, seeming the fact that, you know, Abraham was showed the promises. He glorified in the day that Christ the Messiah would come. So why are you giving me any problems? You know what I'm saying? So in the kingdom, all right, and this is a parable in which the Pharisees, they're going to be complaining to Father Abraham, which is not really going to happen per se. All right, like what is with the rich man and with Israel, Lazarus. But Christ is trying to show them, the Pharisees, that here it is, you saying that that Abraham is your father, but yet you rejected the Son of the Most High. Abraham never would have did that. Read on.
And send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Right. It says, I cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. You understand? Which is basically he's begging for mercy from the same people that he oppressed. Read on.
And Abraham said, son, remember, thou in thy lifetime received thy good thing.
Right. So in the life